Hi everybody, welcome for those of you that are tuning in, and welcome for those of you that are clicking on after this has been recorded. So here I am out here on this somewhat rainy, sunny day, cloudy day. It's a beautiful day, and as many of you know, I put up a post saying that I was going to do this event, and the subject that I'm going to be talking about is raising the bar and what that means for me and what that means for you. I'll give my example, and then you can have your own examples in your own thoughts. But before I do that, I just want to talk a little bit about what happened for me before I decided to come on live here. And I was preparing, and I needed to eat something, so I was preparing some food for myself. And on the television, my father had the presidential, what do you call it? You know, a conference that was going on. Sorry about that. And so I couldn't help from tune into it, and I couldn't help from having emotional reactions in my body come up and feeling frustrated with what I was seeing. And I want to just share a little bit of that with you as I segue into raising the bar, and why that feels even more compelling for me right now after seeing what I saw. And I witnessed a lot of disrespect for each other, and I witnessed something that I never thought I would see in a leader of our country. And I'm not here to bash, I'm just here to share with what I saw and what I felt. And I felt very disappointed, and of course it made me very angry inside. But I really, really am trying not to let that anger stay with me as much as I am to look at that and ask myself, you know, why is that triggering me in the way that it is, and what can I do in response to that rather than in reaction to that. And I thought, well, so I'm going to go out there and talk about for the next few minutes about raising the bar. And now I'm totally distracted from what I just saw on television. And what are you going to do about that? How are you going to, you know, make that happen? So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make that happen completely, but I'm here to really process this with you and just share what I'm feeling. And maybe some of you had the same feelings that I had after seeing or hearing what you saw, and maybe some of you will watch it later on television. And it's like I wasn't even able to even get the facts out of what was happening. It was more of the emotion that I was feeling and watching what I saw. So then as I walked away from that and I started preparing for this, I began to think about, oh no, what was that subject you were going to talk about today? And so I had to go back and look at it because I was so distracted by this. And I just kind of paid attention to how that got me out of my game by being so caught up in something with good reason, that it got me off what I was really aiming to do or setting my intention to do. And so here I am, kind of a little lost for words, but trying to find my words in the process. So raising the bar, like I said, what kind of game are you playing? What kind of game am I playing inside that keeps me and others, or those of you out there, I shouldn't say others, but those of you out there, from raising your own bar? And what is that? What is that game inside? Because that's the game that's going to be holding us back in really making ourselves bigger, playing bigger in our lives. And it's not about us and our ego. It's about, you know, what it is that we are here and have to share, and the gifts that we bring to those around us. And in turn, we have a sense of fulfillment in that. So I went to an amazing workshop over the last few days, last week, and that was one of the themes that was up, and we were talking about and having processes around, which was, you know, playing bigger and raising the bar, and what was your inner game that you were playing, and what are the benefits that you get from playing that game. And so I'm going to share one of my games that I play and what I came up with after really looking at myself and naming some of the games that I'm playing. There were a few of them that I'm playing, but I just want to bring this one in because I found it really fascinating, and I've known it, but I just had to name it again probably for the second time in my life, and it made me laugh because it's so silly, but it's so true. And so the game that I play sometimes with myself is that the universe will provide. Yep, the universe will provide. And I know many of you can relate to that, and I know many of you live that. And it does provide, but it's a co-creative process. And so then I had to ask myself, so what's the benefit that you get from that? And the benefit that I get from that the universe will provide, is that I don't have to do anything. I could just be. I could just set my intention and just be and not take any action. And that's what I've done from time to time, without a doubt, is not take any action. And then I wonder why the universe is not providing. So it's like this vicious cycle that we get caught up into, of playing a game that keeps us from playing big. So I'd like you to think about, what game do you play? Because I'm sure there's, all different types of games that we all play. Of course there is. And, there's other games that I play, but I thought that one was, for me, the most compelling, because it was this sort of new age trap, I think, that we get into, and that the universe will provide, God will provide, and it's a way of us not holding ourselves to accountability. It's fascinating. So just sit with that and let me know, share with me what comes up, put down in the comments when you watch this, or just journal about it. What game are you playing? And what benefit is it to you to play that game? And then what is it that we are not giving by playing this game? It's not all about us. That's always my thing that I'm saying to everybody, is that it's not all about us. It's about what we're here to evolve. It's about what we're here to share with each other, and the work that we are, meant to live and be in this life. So with that, circling back to what I saw this morning on television, and seeing, really a depiction of a part of our culture up there representing our country, there's sadness to that. We need to change that. We need to change that, without a doubt. And it's not about changing one person. We think that, let's get this person out of office because we don't like what he's doing, and we don't like what he's saying, and we don't like how he looks, and blah, 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 blah. It's not about just that. Really, it's not. It's about each of us making those internal changes within ourselves. Because when we make those internal changes, then we change what we see, what our reflections are outside. So just carry on. Give me some comments. Feed me some feedback here. It'd be great. And I hope that you're having a great day. And I hope that you join me again next week for a little chat. So, namaste. Bye-bye.